today we're going to be replacing the AC condenser in my Xterra. It went a couple weeks ago and I haven't really had a chance to fix it. I got a condenser from Z1. I'm kind of upset that it came kind of damaged like this. I'm pretty sure it was the shipper's fault though, not Z1.
Alright, so now I got all the lines disconnected here on this. What I really need to get is one of them magnetic strips and stuff so I can place stuff down on here. I don't have a lot of stuff I used to have at the shop, and I need to start remembering to buy stuff like that, because now I'm just placing stuff in random spots and hoping it's not falling. But I know Z1 makes a nice magnetic cover. I should probably get that.
In order to get this condenser out, we got to disconnect all the lines, get the one sensor out of the way, so that we can transfer it over to the new one. And then we also have to take the headlights out, not fully removed, but we can kind of have them hang, and then take the grill out. That way we can access the middle brace for the rad support, and then we should be able to just pull it towards the front and kind of just like finesse the air conditioning condenser right out.
I'll tell you what, this rad support seems really fragile. I think this is actually broken, and this moving around might have actually what caused this thing to break, so I might have some structural damage here. Oh yeah, wow, that's not good. Okay.
Well, that was a pretty good guess because the rad support is completely destroyed, and I had no way to really see it behind all the stuff until I actually was able to take the AC condenser out.
All I wanted to do today was the air condenser, and I wanted to just swap it out and do a new one, but apparently the rad support's completely deteriorated and destroyed. So now, looks like the next thing on the list is a rad support. Unfortunately, this is my daily though, so I can't just let this sit until, you know, whenever I feel like I can get a rad support in. So I'm gonna have to throw this new condenser in, and I guess drive it like this for like a week or so until I can get a new rad support in, because I don't know. Yeah, this is just not what I was expecting at all. But it makes sense now though, that I guess with the rad support flexing, especially with off-roading, I mean maybe daily use not so much, but off-roading with the rad support flexing, the condenser was probably flexing as well, which then inevitably ended up breaking one of the lines that are actually attached into the condenser. Yeah, this sucks. So now it looks like the priorities of things on the build are going to adjust. I should probably do the rad support when I do the front bumper now. So I guess I'll order the rad support and the front bumper at the same time, and then try to do them at the same time. That way the whole front of the truck only gets ripped off once. It just sucks. But hey, this is the life of Nissans, where you do one thing, you think it's going to be easy, and the body's actually destroyed, or something else isn't working. And you know, you got to do these trucks because you like them, not because they're super reliable. You know, if you want reliability, you could probably go with Toyota, or you know, maybe anything else. But that's just how these are. As a Nissan enthusiast, you don't get them because they're reliable. You get them because you like them, and that's it. So you kind of already know what you're getting into. So I mean, this sucks. It's a setback, but you know, this is the name of the game. You know. And you can see here from where the rad support was actually, I guess, rubbing up against it from it being broken and moving. This is where all the holes were. You can see all the dyes leaking out of this pot here, so this is where it was broken out of the condenser. So I saw that it was leaking, but I didn't see why. And now that it's apart, and I can see that the rad support is completely destroyed, yeah, Now, what I'm worried about is I got this new one I'm throwing in here now that I have to run because I can't get a rad support in time, and I have to drive this thing to work and stuff. But what sucks is that I'm really scared that the same thing is going to happen to this one. So there's a good possibility that I throw this one in, and the same thing is going to happen again. I guess the only good thing is that if it does happen again, I gotta rip all this out anyway to get to the rad support to replace it and re-weld the new rad support in. I just don't want to have to do that. That kind of sucks. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna throw this back in. I'm gonna charge the system. I'm gonna at least get air conditioning in the truck, so when I drive around for the next 2 weeks or whatever, you know, the dogs, because of how hot it's been like 90 degrees every day. I don't want the dogs to be in the truck all the time. You know, when we go on hikes and go for our morning walks and stuff at the lake, I want them to be able to actually, like, you know, be in like comfortable temperatures and stuff. So I'm gonna throw this in. I'm gonna charge it, and then I guess I'm just gonna have to let this thing ride out until I can get a new rad support. So let me button this thing up back together again, charge the system, and we'll go from there. And then, you know, I'll go ahead and order the rad support and try to order the bumper and everything, and then I guess we'll all do that in one shot.
Now, I'm by no means recommending that when you see something damaged like this, that you should just ignore it and just throw stuff back together, because this will always lead to a new problem. But, you know, unfortunately, when your only one vehicle is your daily, sometimes you have to do what you have to do. And, you know, being a mechanic, you know what things are actually going to be a serious issue and what isn't. And you can kind of, you know, pick and choose how long you can kind of go before you have an actual issue. Like, I know I can go about a week or two waiting for a new rad support. It's not going to be the end of the world. So if I had a rad support and this wasn't my daily and I had another vehicle, I would absolutely, you know, do the rad support right now or not drive this until I get a rad support in. But unfortunately, just with the way that things are right now, I don't have that option.
So ordering the rad support, the bumper, and then when those both come in, I'll do them together. I also just ordered a Sherpa panel from an Etsy store, this guy that makes a bunch of different stuff, and if I like how the Sherpa panel works and fits and I like the quality of it, I'm probably going to buy the rest of the stuff he has on there, like skid plates and stuff like that. I also have the rock slider kit coming. I'm going to have to weld and fabricate that myself and then install it. So that, I believe, has shipped and that is on the way. I have these hardened upgraded tie rod and center link set up here. I'm going to throw that on the truck when I go up with a bigger tire size, which will probably be around the same time that I do the rad support in the bumper, so I can get that more clearance. And then besides that, I have a snorkel setup on the way with one of my good buddies that owns a shop that does really good, amazing fabrication work. So all that's all ready to go. I just need a day to drop the truck off for him to do it, and that'll get done. I think the design that he came up with and the idea is pretty awesome. It was a mixture between like some Aussie type vehicles and some of the other stuff that he looked into, and he found out. We kind of put our ideas together and came up with a thing together, and I think it's gonna look sick. I think it's gonna function really well too, and yeah, it's looking like at the end of summer, the Xterra is gonna have a pretty good setup going, and I'm probably gonna do another photo shoot, a full video shoot of a full breakdown of the whole build of everything I've done so far again, and then I'll probably end up doing like maybe 3 more like camping trips, probably 2 local, and I'm gonna do 1 further, probably at Shenandoah National Park. I'm gonna try to do for like a 3 or 4 day weekend. So yeah, that's all the stuff to look forward to that's coming up on the channel. And thanks for watching, and I hope you're enjoying it all. Yeah, if you have any other questions or suggestions or anything, just, you know, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like this video so I can keep putting this stuff out, and make sure you subscribe so you get alerted of when I drop new stuff. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Escapism.